Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hanna.
Kind of sounded weird there.
And he sits on his balls too.
I sit on a bouncy ball. I have a tendency to sit on my other ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways.
So I'm assuming you can hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Can you see us?
You guys.
All right.
We have rockstar sunglasses on for you.
Yeah.
I do have glasses on, but they're actually pretty feminine. They're cool.
Dude, I'm wearing Juicy Couture's because it's the only thing I could find in the studio.
See, now we're badass. All of us are.
See? Check us out.
Quick,
Yeah.
screenshot. Okay, go ahead and keep
All
going.
right, yeah, that was good. That was good.
Okay, I gotta take these off. These things are too small.
You can't.
What do you want us to call you? You want us to call you J.O. or Joe or Jack
J.O.'s
off?
What the hell?
You can call me whatever you want. You can even call me asshole. I don't care.
Excuse me, if you look at your screen,
he's
you'll see the
asshole.
other guy's asshole.
Yeah, that's my name. But we're gonna.
Okay, I see that. Okay, well then, whatever you think suits me, fine.
Jack off works.
No, stop it.
Why? What's it? He said it's J.O. What does that stand for? Jack off.
Joseph Oliver.
Joseph Oliver.
Joseph.
You are
I knew
offending.
that.
You are offending
I knew-
someone's mother.
Am I offending you?
I didn't say him.
Oh.
Not at all. Oh my God, not at all.
Good to have you on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here.
I'm gonna call him J.O. Lannigan for the
Because it's
for
cool.
the audience.
It sounds cool, right?
for the audience right now. We'll call him Joe from now on through the show if that's okay.
Is that okay?
No problem.
All right.
like
How about just Lannigan?
Lannigan's cool too. But
Lannigan's
I
cool.
like that one.
All right.
Lannigan.
Let's go for that.
All right.
well, that reminds me.
Okay, Lannigan.
Well, that reminds me of like Screaming Trees though. Mark Lannigan. Like,
Oh yeah,
man.
Mark Lannigan.
Actually, yeah. I checked into that. I actually want to look into that. My mom used to do genealogy, and I was wondering if there was a relationship there between, because Lannigan is not a common name.
No, it's
It's
not.
not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. And
Interesting. I wonder.
he's a badass.
Yeah,
I
me too.
nearly lost you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the air with a
Good stuff.
rocker. Do you really want to try and sing for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, please
Because I
don't.
love all that shit. I mean, that's why he's here. We love that type of that sound.
love
I
that
love
shit.
that shit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Integrity, artistic integrity.
Hell yeah.
Indeed.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, thank
Ooh,
you
I can
for
sing.
being on our show, and everybody, welcome to Around the Rail.
Welcome to Around the Reel.
Welcome to Around the Reel,
It's
Mr.
my pleasure to
Lannigan.
be here.
Well, thank you, brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to tell you that when Sam found you online, she was so excited.
I was so excited.
Really?
Yeah, and
hell
she
yeah.
ran in the house and she's like, "Bro, you got to check him out." I'm like, "Who are you talking about?" She's like, "Lannigan, you got to watch this motherfucker." And yeah, I watched some of your stuff too with Sam, and she was like, "He's a badass. We got to get him on." Dude, you're amazing. at
Oh
guitar.
wow! Thank you.
Yeah.
I
You are.
appreciate
Your fingers, they move so fast.
it. Somebody asked me once, like, "How can you play so fast?" I said, "I guess I just always thought I wasn't fast enough."
You know,
Oh,
I've got.
wow.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Can I just say something? I think I always thought about why chicks dig like guitarists, like lead guitarists, and this is always
Let's
going
see
back
if
to
you
like,
can figure it out.
and I figured it out now. It's those fast fingers.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
You get endurance, you get strength, and you
Yeah,
got a
that's
good
right.
feel.
And
yeah,
And that's all hot.
And the calluses make them ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah, that's it. I can flex them.
I love it.
I love it.
Well, that answers one of my biggest questions because women really like musicians like that, especially guitarists.
Yes, we do.
Man, I love that. I gotta learn how to play guitar.
Don't you
Sam.
wish you were one?
Something with your hand going up and down the fretboard.
That too. Yeah.
For sure.
So maybe I'll start with a banjo and work my way up.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd
I
suggest a
mean-
ukulele.
A ukulele?
Yeah,
That'll work
less
too?
strings.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another one women enjoy is saxophone.
Saxophone, yeah.
Dude, that's like my 80s instrument
Well,
of
yeah, I mean-
all things. I miss the saxophone solos and songs. They're gone.
Yeah, except, the best example would be the one in Brown Sugar from the Rolling Stones.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The sax solo is just magical in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing. I love music. Well,
No, so do I.
Well, yeah, I would assume so.
Obviously.
You chose the right career.
That's right, man. That's right.
Thank you. It's good to get that validation. Honestly, it's quite the fight to try and prove that you're actually worthy to earn a living.
Is it really?
Holy crap! Yeah, I mean, I've given up on basically all social conventions to be able to do what I do. I mean, I pretty much live basically with no money. I just play music. I record. I take in social assistance. I work for 16 to 18 hours in studio, write my songs, record, produce, engineer. So it's nice to hear that coming from you guys.
Well, thanks.
You
But
have
you
great talent,
deserve
my
it.
friend.
Like
Yeah.
you're amazing. Like you're so good.
Wow.
That always bothered me about musicians and people that are in the music industry because I feel like there's so many that are underrated, and then there's
Oh, yeah.
there's people that kind of aren't that good and they're like popular.
Yeah.
It's all
And
about image.
It's like
image.
what the
Image
fuck
sells.
though. Yeah, I think it sucks. I think it shouldn't be about image. It should be about talent.
Well, that's what was so cool about the '90s with the grunge stuff, because Image wasn't about that. You know,
Not
And I'll
as
say
much.
on record, I'll even say on record that Kurt Cobain was the last real rock star.
absolutely. No,
I don't
agree with you
disagree.
there.
I mean, I don't.
No, not at all.
Since,
There's,
since him, who's been as big as that? Nobody.
Nobody.
I don't see any. Nothing pops to my head.
No, nothing.
No, and I think guitarists, the last good ones that I remember, are all in the '90s. It's like,
The last guitar god to me was Dimebag Darrell.
see, I don't even know who that is.
Dimebag Darrell, you
No,
don't know,
I don't
who
know
that is?
Offhand, no.
Tell him who it is. Tell him who it is. Lannigan, tell him.
Yeah, the guitarist for Pantera.
Oh, Panteras.
Okay.
See, I didn't know him by his name. I had no idea. Okay. Yeah,
his
Pantera's
name's
off the hook.
Dimebag Darrell. He got shot on stage actually while he was performing.
Damn.
Yeah, that's intense stuff. Right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
You ain't
Yeah, it
kidding.
is.
You know, like it's hazardous to be a musician sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
No, I believe it.
it is.
I mean, they do. I mean, they do. They get a god status as far as from the people who worship what they're doing, and that's the bad thing. The bad time is not only do you get the god status so people worship you, you also have the people who think that you need to fall, and that's
Yeah.
where the crazies come in and start shooting
Yeah. Yeah.
celebrities.
Yeah, well, it's all about the cult of personality, right? And see who can get as many followers as possible. The only difference between
Nowadays.
now and ancient times is now we can actually validate the number of followers through social media.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can get that tally now.
Yeah.
That's true.
We were just talking about our tallies for the show, actually, just
Yes,
a few
we
minutes
were.
ago before.
Yeah.
We're fucking obsessed.
Well, we're working
with,
on this.
We're obsessed with numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think we down the line, maybe we all are a little vain and are obsessed with our numbers. I mean, I check like 3, 4, 5 times a day to see if I got new subscribers, if I got new people interested in what I do. So
Yeah.
I think there is a little side of us that kind of enjoys seeing the numbers go up.
Well, yeah.
Well, when you're counting on other people to pay attention to what you do or your craft, then yeah, of course it matters because you want people to notice.
Exactly. But at the same time, like I'm not rushing things either to get like millions of followers. I think everything happens in due time, and the journey to get there and the process is just as important as the goal as far as I'm concerned. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy every moment of it.
That's good.
I
man.
agree.
Yeah, it's about the journey. I
It
mean,
is.
you gotta have your a pace that you're going
Yeah,
at, and be a
exactly.
realistic pace. Yeah, and I get it.
Exactly.
But it is exciting when you go and check your YouTube or like us with
Oh,
our
yeah.
podcast platform or whatever it is. Yeah.
Right.
I get comments. I reply to everything. I mean, I'm trying to be as accessible as possible.
And that's
Which is
good.
good.
Whatever. He's left me on red since like Tuesday.
He didn't even see you. You're a 6'4" white guy. He has
Well,
no
I
idea
mean,
you're there.
yeah.
Notices. I'll fix
We
that
don't notice
phone.
them either. Don't feel bad.
That is hilarious. I am that tall and everything else, and I still scare people. I walk around a corner and people are like, I didn't see you. I'm like, how the fuck do you didn't see
How
me?
tall are you?
What's that?
How tall are you?
Oh, I'm 6'4".
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow, you got a full like meter ahead of me or two. I'm 5'5". I'm like a tiny little vehicle compared to you.
He's a little compact. You're a Cadillac.
We're actually.
That's what he said.
Thank you.
Exactly.
You're a bus, actually.
Well, it's funny. We were filming for our movie last weekend, and I'm sitting looking at myself with this actor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a scene with this girl who's like 4'10", and I'm like,
Oh, you mean you were with Tom Cruise?
oh yeah, it'd be like working with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Just like that. It's fun. It's so fun.
That
Okay,
is fun.
quick question. Let's do a starving artist question really quick.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Sure.
Okay.
What is your go-to food when you don't have shit for money?
Oh,
Don't say
Good
ketchup
question.
packets.
Good question.
No, it's the classic peanut butter and bread. Why not?
There you
All
go.
right. I like that. I eat that in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Almost
And then
every
with
night.
tall glass and milk. Oh my God.
No, the
Right?
milk is a shit with
The
that,
milk-
isn't it?
But
The
milk's
milk matters.
so expensive.
I mean, you just either have to have jelly or milk.
Dude, you just go to, well, in America, you can go to the WIC program. You just go to WIC and you get some free milk.
Well, you can go to the WIC program, actually.
We just
Okay.
we can figure it out.
Okay, so what's your guys?
I mean, people doctoring their COVID vaccines. We could doctor a WIC card.
What's your what you guys' go-to? What's your go-to? Oh, holy crap! I don't have any money, but I need to eat
Oh my
something.
gosh, top ramen. Hello.
That's it.
No, I don't know. I would
Top
go.
ramen.
I would go more or less with probably a peanut butter and jelly sandwich too.
Or like mac and cheese. Top
No, I
ramen or
can't
mac
do
and
that
cheese.
either.
I'm
Too
the
many carbs.
noodles. I like the noodles.
Or student hot dogs.
I can do
I
hot
don't know
dogs.
what. I
Wait a
can't do
second.
hot
Yeah,
dogs.
chili dogs.
You said student hot dogs. Is that
What
a
is-
brand or is that a way you make a hot dog out of nothing?
It's simple. I mean, I've been to college, so I've been a student, and
Okay.
the student hot dog is basically just the sausage, a regular piece of bread, some ketchup and mustard.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
works.
Ghetto dog.
Yeah, a ghetto dog.
Ghetto
Yeah.
dog.
I'm with you.
Oh, we call those the ghetto dog?
Yep.
That's good
Oh,
shit.
ghetto dog. I like that.
I don't like hot dog. I'd rather have Spam than hot dog.
Actually, it's so expensive. You
Yeah,
got,
it
you
is
got
actually.
high,
Spam
you
is
have high
expensive?
standard tastes for
Oh my
somebody
God,
who has no
I'm
money.
so sorry.
Don't fuck around.
You guys are
Jesus.
drinking milk,
Dude, you imagine finding a
What?
can of Spam in a zombie apocalypse? How you'd kill somebody for that?
and I hate Spam.
I know, but it sounds good. If zombies are around and you found that shit,
I need some salty
No.
meat.
man.
It'd be a bag of like.
I
Beat
eat
somebody's
grass
ass.
before I eat spam, to be honest.
You eat grass, is what you said?
Yeah, definitely.
awesome.
That's spam. Ugh.
Dude.
I'd eat the survivor. The survivor. I don't even really like very much before I eat Spam. Probably.
No, I
Oh
tear
my
up some
God.
Spam. That's some
That's
salty
pretty-
shit.
Yeah, I
like
like
Lisa
Spam.
Simpson, the vegetarian, when they're all pigging out on the pig and they're eating pig and she's licking up the lime and the grime on the rock.
Oh,
I'm a
man.
big Simpsons fan, to be honest. Like, you can't have a conversation with me without me quoting something.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. Paying tribute.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we were talking about some of the '90s guitarists, and we got a guitarist in there today.
Yeah.
which
got a
and he's a
guitarist in the
badass.
house,
We're gonna talk about what inspired him a little bit to play. I think because that's always fun for me. But I like the idea of with the '90s stuff a lot because we had guitarists in that time and music in that time that changed things
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, the image as well. And we all are in the same age group here, so we know what we're talking about when it comes to 90s music. But you had guitarists like, it was Cobain was in there. Who's Alice in Chains? Cantrell, Jerry Cantrell.
Oh, yeah. Sure,
Badass.
Kim Thayil from Soundgarden.
Kim Thayil from Soundgarden, one of my favorites. These guys were all very unique in their sound. So
Exactly.
Grunt Truck, Days of the New.
all those
there's
cool
tons
bands,
of-
yeah. So as I guess a guitarist, how'd you find your sound?
Honestly, by being very stubborn.
Stubborn. Explain.
I've done schooling in music through college, like I said, stuff like that, and they always told me you gotta transcribe, you gotta imitate somebody else, or you gotta learn somebody else's piece. And honestly, I've been so stubborn since I started to play that I never learned anybody's solos. I just improvise. That's all I do. I don't like sounding like somebody else because
Yeah.
I'm not them. I'm me, right?
Right.
Why would I want to sound like someone else?
Right.
And I think as a guitarist, as an artist, as a singer, songwriter, I think what's important is you got to find your voice and have integrity with it to the point where no matter what you'll say or do or sound like, it's always going to be you. So that strength, if you look at all the musicians all the music eras since popular music started in the 20s and 30s, the ones that get longevity are the unique artists who sound like nobody else. The ones that sound just like everybody else who think Tin Pan Alley, they just burn and fade away within a year.
Yeah, you're right. It's the unique sounds that stand out.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And I think the music industry kind of lost sense of that
A
in
little
the last
bit.
20 years.
Yeah, for sure.
It relates to, because we make films. We're filmmakers here, but
Right.
it's kind of the same thing with movies in a way.
Exactly.
There's a formula that these production companies kind of grab onto, and because they know it's fucking sells, right? It's work. So why?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Milk the cow till it's dry.
Yeah, and they don't allow people with unique visions, I should say, to.
No, because
It's a risk.
the unknown, and it's the fear of the unknown. It's a basic human reaction and emotion. You don't know what it is, therefore you're kind of scared of it. It's like it's basically like fight or flight. It's unknown, therefore we're kind of not sure. Is it something dangerous? Is it a trap? Is it something like this? Is it something else? And that relates to anything.
Yeah, no, I hear you. When you hear a unique song or watch a unique film, the first thing you guys you always say, "Wow, how'd they get away with that?" Or "What'd they do? Man, who let them do that?" That's the first thing I think of now, and that's telling me, well, because they always do the same shit all the time.
Well, yeah,
You know
but
what
I mean,
it's always that
you know
same
what?
formula.
Covers can be good though, and remakes can be good.
Sure,
but they have to pay tribute.
It's got to be
They have to be
done
good.
with integrity.
With integrity.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying tribute as opposed to just copying.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I remember some years ago, I used to do a Nirvana tribute. The band was called Boda's Will, and what we did was basically play the entire unplugged set from front to back.
Mm-hmm.
We did it a few times, and at one point, I didn't agree with the way it was done because we had to sound exactly the same to the point where I had to actually play the mistakes.
Gotcha. Wow.
And I thought that if Kurt Cobain was still alive, he'd be spinning in his grave because I just murdered what he stood for, and that is artistic integrity and sounding like yourself. If Kurt Cobain did a cover of something, it didn't sound like the original. You recognized it, but it sounded like Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, yeah.
Such a song.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it sure did.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, it's like, why would you listen to somebody else perform a song exactly like the original? All you have to do is just put the CD in, and there you go. Why not listen to the original instead?
Right.
But keep people on their toes. Be creative. Use your ear. I mean, as far as music goes, I'm a creator, and in all my spheres of life, I consider myself a creator and an artist, regardless of what I do.
That's good stuff.
He plays some of the longest and most badass guitar solos throughout these songs that I have seen in a long time, dude. I watched what one I watched last night, the Guitar Weep. Yeah, Guitarist Weep.
Yeah, my guitar. I love that.
Holy fuck, dude! I'm watching you play that, and I'm sitting there, and after about 3 or 4 minutes, I'm like watching the fingers, and I'm like, "Are you shitting me right now? How the fuck does your brain go so fast to keep up with those notes? How does that function in your mind? What are you thinking about?"
You want the truth?
Please.
Bipolar type 2, diagnosed in 2013 and remission since 2015.
No shit.
Wow.
You guys have a hamster wheel in your head, right?
Yeah.
That hamster needs to eat, shit, sleep, takes breaks.
Okay.
Mine is bionic, and it's a time. Therefore, it never stops, and it rolls over 1,000 miles an hour constantly.
Wow. Really?
So, and I like the point that you bring up. How can I think about it? And it's funny because I understood something recently, and you want to tell. It's great with musicians because you can actually do this. Try this out. You want to find out how fast somebody can think. listen to them improvise. The faster they can improvise, the faster their thought process is.
Yeah.
And there's confidence in that too. I know, like, no matter what I do, it'll sound good.
You got your guitar? Play us something. Do it. Grab it. Grab it. Yes!
Okay. Give me a
Improvise.
second. I'm gonna take a sip because I'm
Okay, yeah.
dry.
Do it.
Do me a favor, hit a couple chords before you get going so we can figure out if you have to back up from your phone.
You know what's cool too? If I was like on a podcast for somebody else and they were like, "Hey, pick up what you got next to you," I'd pick up like the Xbox controller.
Yeah,
he
would.
actually picked up a guitar. Like I could see him go anywhere because he's got his fucking guitar.
Because he's a fucking rock star.
That's badass.
Tell me a story, Chuck. Well, I
Oops,
got
sorry,
a cup
Drew.
of coffee.
That's dope. That's dope. Sam would pick up a dildo.
Only if she was grabbing your hand.
That's funny. That was
All right.
a joke. Okay, here we go.
So
Anyways.
I basically I write my own songs too. So that's what I'll do is I'll perform one of my own songs.
Please do.
How's that?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, we would love that.
Yes.
Okay. All righty.
I like that artistic integrity.
I love it.
Hit it.
Yeah. All right. And this one, actually, a little fact. I stole this from the Beatles.
Beatles. Okay.
Beatles. Okay.
You bear the burden of a million sorrows. Gates in your heart have been broken. Your hands are shaking. You're compromised. Son of a bitch on a mission. Sunshine in the shade. Hand in hand with you. What a fucked up world. Full of broken promises. Misery comes and tends to haunt you. You're never loneliness. Dog fight, you still get temporary lapses, but she don't care. She still hunts you down. Sunshine in the shade. Hand in hand with you. What a fucked up world we live in, full of broken promises. Sunshine in the shade, hand in hand with you. What a fucked up world we live in, full of broken promises. So I'll stay till the end if you want me to. I've got nothing to lose, not anymore. She'll say she's got something new, and I'll be sticking around for more. Sunshine in the shade, hand in hand with you. What a fucked up world we live in, full of broken promises. Sunshine in the shade, hand in hand with you. What a fucked up world we live in,
Dude, that's fun.
Sweet.
Wow.
How can you could just pick it up and just do it like that.
Yeah,
Badass. I love it.
Actually, I debated which one to play, but that's kind of like my go-to one.
I can love it.
Dude, it's got such a catchy riff.
Yeah,
The
it's
ding,
literally like
ding,
that's
ding,
gonna
ding,
be in my head all day.
ding. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
for me.
thanks.
Good
Do
for
you,
you,
would
buddy.
you like to hear another one while I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do one more. Do one
Do
more.
it.
I love it. I love
I
that.
love it too.
Yeah.
I'll apologize in advance if ever I stumble lyrically. It's brand new. I written it about 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
fuck,
you're gonna
okay,
give us a brand
perfect.
new
come
one.
on.
Yes.
You're a badass artist. Don't
Hit it.
apologize.
Hit it. Let's give everybody a show. Hit
Let's
it.
hear it.
Good-looking corpse.
Say that again.
Good-looking corpse. You heard that right.
All right. All right.
It's a song about you, Sam.
Oh, it is.
You'll be a
yeah.
good-looking corpse.
I'm a good-looking corpse, I guess.
I'll be just
All right.
falling apart before I get there.
You'll get there.
I'm a careless and free spirit, a modern day samurai. Yeah, I'm on the loose. There's only 24 hours to any given day. So what if I slept well? Wow, what was I supposed to do instead? I'm wondering here, there, and everywhere. And I lift all my hands and my doorstep. My guitar follows me wherever I may go. It's a sacred symbol of the mother's unconditional love. Oh, please leave a message. I'm indisposed at the moment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm a charming poet with nothing but a name, a disgraced angel cast down to serve his holy penance. You disguise yourselves in sheep's clothing, out inside a true revolution from deep within. It's time for us all to show our true colors, destroy the comfort zones. This movie's gotten overrated. You say I can't change the world with a song. Now may I? I'm gonna give it all I got and I'll fight till I die. That's more than what the lot of you can say about yourselves. Destroy the majority. I don't need your status quo anyways.
Hey.
He makes it look so easy.
Please leave a message. I'm indisposed at the moment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm a charming poet with nothing but a name, a disgraced angel cast down to serve his holy penance. So I close my eyes, take a deep breath, pray to myself, and there's nothing I can do anymore. I've been to the edge and I've stared off of the deep end, and guess what I saw there? Was my reflection staring back at me. Pure entities come and manifest yourselves. Divine conduits of positive creativity. And finally, when I'm done, dead, buried and gone, just remember all I'm gonna leave a good looking corpse behind. Please leave a message. I'm indisposed at the moment. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm a charming poet with nothing but a name. A disgraced angel cast down the city's holy fence. There you go.
J.O.
Holy shit,
Lannigan,
dude.
everybody.
Man,
Lannigan.
so many things,
Awesome.
dude. Great job.
Super cool.
You know, that sounds cool, even over fucking Zoom, and you're in Canada, and it still sounds good. I can only imagine what it sounds like in, like, when you're with him.
I know.
It's
right?
fucking amazing.
You
dude.
are our first Canadian guest. You know this, right?
Wow, thank you.
Yes.
It's fucking awesome, man. Music's so cool. It's such a weird, goddamn emotional hit to people. Yeah, here's a story. Quick story. I'm doing dishes yesterday
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
in the kitchen, and I'm sitting there, and before I knew it, for like 10 minutes, I was humming the theme song from Poltergeist. Okay, just hear me out for a second. Hear me out. I was going, while I'm doing dishes, okay? And then it occurred to me, I'm saying, why the fuck am I humming Poltergeist theme? And then I thought about Jo Beth Williams in the kitchen in that movie, washing dishes and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, how did that song connect from the 80s to me doing dishes today,
Weird.
right now? That's what music does. It's
It
weird, dude.
resonates.
It's so weird how you take a moment in your life and you can remember a song that reminds you of that moment in your life.
Is that song stuck in your head from?
Apparently, from doing dishes, it is.
No, but I mean the song that we're listening to before we got here.
Oh no! Oh, the one we were talking about on the way to the podcast. No, that's just a catchy tune, but it still gets in there. And one day I'll remember it. Like 30 years from now, we'll be old and shit. And
Driving
I'll go,
somewhere.
remember when we used to drive to the podcast and we used to listen to "You Need Me"? You know, I mean, that's what got in my head. It's weird how music does that, Joe.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, it
You
is.
know it's weird.
It's cool.
Actually, I don't think it's weird. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think
No, it is.
it defines a lot who we are as a species and entities. I mean, we can connect, remember, feel through sonic incursions in the world of music. And, you know, like, I think the greatest musical piece ever written was Beethoven's Ninth. And when I listen to that, the sheer power, magnitude, beauty of it is like, it's divine. There's no other word to describe it as far as I'm concerned. And I think we all, as humans, have that potential to create or destroy in the opposite,
Yeah.
spectrum. We all have that option to create. And I think that just makes us that much more special as individuals, as a species, as entities. If I'm not going too deep.
No,
there.
I love it.
I love it.
Hey, man, you're looking in the deep side. You just tell me you see your own reflection. So just go as deep as you need.
Exactly. Well, it's like saying, when you die, your whole life flashes before you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you die and your whole life flashes before you, doesn't that mean you live your life once more?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Until you get to
Yeah. I
that
guess.
point
I
in
never
time.
thought about that.
Ah, once the bipolarity kicking in.
You said Sonic Incursions. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I've never heard that before. That's very fucking cool. See, I got to be cool like a musician one of these days. These guys
But you're
are
not,
badass.
though.
They're so fucking cool.
just
I
stop
hate
trying.
not being that cool, man.
You're not that
Dude,
cool.
you are. Just be you.
That's what I try to do, but they call me an asshole. They hear you say Sonic Incursions, and they're like, "Oh, dude, J.O. Lannigan."
Actually, for him to be cool, he has to not be him.
Well, maybe, yeah.
See, if I said Sonic Incursions, they would laugh at me. They'd make
I
fun
would
of
laugh
me.
at him,
You know, I'd
but
be like,
you-
dude, this song's got like super cool Sonic inversion.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
dude, I had to grow into it. When I said shit like that when I was 16, I get beaten up.
But I'm 48 and they still want to beat me up.
I want to beat him up. I really want to beat him up.
I'm just not as cool as you. I gotta just accept the fact that that's the way it is. That's fine. It's fine.
It doesn't matter. Like
He's
you're
a
just,
badass.
you can't put on a pair of sunglasses and be as cool as Lannigan.
I
You
tried.
just can't do it.
I so tried.
And like I said, these are actually chick glasses, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, hey, these
You look
but
pretty
you know
badass,
what?
right?
You look pretty cool
I know.
in a pair of
They
chick
work.
glasses. So
Yeah.
They're kind of on the side, and I think they're Oakleys, so I'm happy.
Oakleys are good.
All I know is the one I put on gave me a headache.
That means that makes you aware it's like glasses that were shaded.
Yeah.
Right.
They were shaded, all right. So were
Trying
these
to
two for
break
making me
down-
wear them.
I know that Sam's probably wanting to play a game here soon.
Oh, you want to
Yeah.
play a game?
Shall we? play
Lannigan, do you want to play a game?
I'm always down to play games.
All
Cool.
right.
I'm
Let's
adventurous, and I'm brave.
let's
Let's have it.
let's play a game. Let's play a game, and then I got some other
Well,
questions.
I have a good game, but see, I have a good game that Chuck and Aaron are gonna probably lose.
Oh, well, what else?
And
So it's a
you'll
normal game.
probably
Normal
win,
game. Sorry,
so,
yeah,
yeah,
to
it's a
spike the
normal
camera.
game.
I got
I'm gonna do a trivia game today.
Oh,
We're gonna do a rock and roll trivia game.
oh, for fuck's
Jesus!
sake!
I just
Got
take a
this?
bathroom break.
I can
Well,
barely remember my
I
name
actually
anymore.
need a bathroom break, so please don't remind me, because I really have to pee. We're just gonna forget about that for the moment,
All right, what we got?
Wait, where's the
as
water?
long as we can.
Dude, I'm not scared of
Stop
trivia.
it.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Fuck the
Are you
trivia.
ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm down.
You're first, Lannigan. So you ready? Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Good. He
right.
can give all the right answers. I'll copy him.
Okay, you
Oh,
guys.
you'll be surprised. You could be surprised at how stupid I am.
Oh, stop. Okay. First question is, which classic rock album is said to be the soundtrack of the 1939 Wizard of Oz?
Oh, that's Pink Floyd, The Wall.
It's the Dark Side of the Moon, but
Oh,
you're-
Dark Side of the
yeah.
Moon. That's it. You
Oh,
play it.
no.
Still-
Oh, so we each all get our own questions?
Oh,
Great.
No.
I get to look super
No, but I
stupid.
mean, he already got
No,
that
he,
one kind of.
he got that. Yeah, we'll
He
give him
pretty
that.
much
It's Pink
got
Floyd.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I actually would have known that one.
Really?
Oh, my
Did
God.
you know that one?
Yeah, somebody I used to live with loved Wizard of Oz.
He said for sure.
Oh,
With the
okay.
all that
He
old
He might have
30s
actually
shit.
got that one, Lannigan.
He's
Did
a-
you hear
he's a
that?
country guy. He's-
Another one too with The Wall. I just can't remember what the movie would be. Everything's synchronized.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, the 60s
I didn't know that.
people
No,
with their.
we don't know the
with
60s.
their-
We're
well,
actually
yeah.
not that old.
Okay, but you know, you've
Contrary
heard.
to what this says. I'm
Whatever.
not that
okay,
old.
honestly. Next question.
Okay.
Okay. What did Queen vocalist Eddie Mercury attribute his enhanced vocal range to? What did he attribute?
didn't watch the
attribute
movie.
his vocal range to? His enhanced vocal range, excuse me.
Yeah.
Got
the-
this.
Yeah, that one I can draw a blank on that.
You don't know?
Extra teeth in his mouth.
No shit.
He had
Did
some-
you look that up, you
He
cheater?
had big teeth.
I watched the movie.
Yes, he watched the movie. There's a movie.
Oh, so you're fucking cheater.
I'm not a cheater. Why?
Yeah.
Because I know an answer. I'm a fucking cheater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to watch
literally,
that
he's a
movie,
cheater.
but I couldn't watch it because it was Queen, and you don't like Queen.
I don't want to watch it because I don't like Queen.
I know.
You should
and
watch the movie.
I wanna watch that
Forget
movie.
Queen aspect of it. It's a good movie.
Everybody says it's good.
But
I don't like Queen though, so
But-
it's hard.
yes, it's because he had extra layer. He had an extra.
He had four extra
Four
teeth.
teeth in his lower
Yeah.
jaw, I believe.
Mhm,
And so
and
it
he
actually.
wouldn't get his teeth fixed because he thought it would ruin his voice.
I didn't know that either. Wow. That's how much I know about this shit.
I cheated. I knew an answer and I cheated. How the fuck does that make sense?
Honestly, out of all these questions I'm asking you guys right now, I only knew one of them.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
I
All right,
only knew
I
the
hope you
answer
know
to
all
one.
I hope you know all the questions.
Well, I know
though.
all the answers now because I looked,
Okay.
but I only actually knew one of them before I looked.
What
And
we
that
got?
would be this one. Are you ready?
Nope. What the hell?
Who is the only member of ZZ Top that doesn't have a beard?
I don't know his name.
Flanagan.
I know.
The guy
I
who
don't
stands
know his
behind him on the covers.
Yes.
And I'll say probably the drummer. You just don't see drummers usually, so I guess there's no point in having a beard for the image.
Okay, do you have a guess?
I don't remember his name.
You don't remember, but which one? Which, did
So
he
you
play
had one-
guitar? Did he
yeah.
play drums? What did he do?
No, I'd stay with the drummer. I'd stay with the
drummer?
drummer
You
too.
stick
Yeah,
with the
because the
drummer?
two guitarists used to spin their shit, and I know they had beards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to go with the drummer as well because you don't want to get a stick stuck in that shit.
You are all correct,
Thank
but what you don't remember is his name was Frank Beard.
I couldn't.
His name was Frank Beard?
Yeah.
His name was Beard.
So actually, technically he had a beard.
That's funny.
Wow.
Wow.
His last name was Beard, yeah.
I'm a rough
That's
boy.
kinda- I know it's Aaron's song, Rough Boy. You are a rough boy.
I'm a rough boy. I love that song. Sorry. All right. Anyway,
Anyway,
what do we got?
okay.
You said
Which-
yes, Lannigan. You said yes. You wanted to be on the show. You have to deal with the
I know
consequences.
you do
of being
have
on
to
the
deal
show.
with
I
it.
love
You have
music.
to deal with Aaron.
No, I'm just-
asshole.
I can't see his
Actually,
eyes.
The way I see it is I'm not stuck with you guys. It's you guys that are stuck with me.
Oh,
I'm never stuck with
sick.
anybody. I
like
can
it.
click a button.
Yeah. You're not feeling. You know what, though, Chuck?
I'll be stuck with you. I don't care. It's
You know
good.
what, Chuck? You're not feeling the sonic incursions right now.
I'm not. Ever since he put down his guitar, I haven't. You know, I've gotten off. I was like really floating through everything with the guitar play, and I'm like, all right, now we're back to reality. Here we go.
Since I have to pee so bad, we're gonna move along to
Oh,
the
shit.
next
Okay.
one
What do we got?
because I'm really gonna have to pee pretty soon.
Okay, no, you can be. It's fine. We can.
Okay, the next question is which Beatle crossed Abbey Road barefoot?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, you
Okay,
beat me.
But that's a good story.
I didn't know it was a buzz-in game now.
Whoever's first.
Hold on. What'd you say, Joe?
Sorry.
I said it's a fantastic story.
It is a
It's
good story. It's a cool story, right? Okay, so the story is that back in the 60s, and a rumor started that McCartney died in a fiery car crash, and they didn't want their popularity to be affected, so they actually got a lookalike. And then they felt bad because they were lying to their fans, so they started putting clues in their artwork of their albums. And
Yeah, like Sgt. Pepper, he's the only one facing backwards.
right, exactly. Yeah, and in Abbey Road,
Wow.
Paul McCartney was barefoot because you know, the dead don't need shoes.
Shit.
So they're putting clues in their album artwork. Isn't that kind of fun?
There's
I like
so
that.
much. Yeah.
It is, and I have to say, as a little anecdote, I saw Paul McCartney live.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago in the Canadian capital of Ottawa.
No shit.
And regardless whether it's the real dude or some clone or whatever, he still sounds absolutely amazing.
It's awesome.
One of the best shows I've ever seen. 3 hours, no opening act, straight up. Paul
Wow.
McCartney.
Holy shit, that's cool.
That's fucking awesome.
That's really cool.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't go to much shows, but when I do, I try and pick and choose properly.
Really? You don't go to very many?
No, because I usually end up either being jealous because I want to be on stage, or I end up crying because I'm not on stage.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's funny.
I get that. I totally get that. It's like a friend you know that wins the lottery and you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know that feeling.
my God.
I hate that. You're not. You're,
I've honestly cried at 3 shows in my whole life. They're my top 3 shows.
what were
It's
they?
Paul McCartney, for sure, Pearl Jam, and Foo Fighters. Those
Okay.
all brought tears to my eyes.
Wow.
That's awesome. When did you see Pearl Jam? When was that? What album?
2016, it was an evening with Pearl Jam.
Okay,
Wow.
so that's not too long ago.
Yeah, no,
So
that was.
That's not too long ago, and it was fantastic.
I bet it was.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I got to see them right around 10. No, right after. What was the next album with the goat on?
10 verses.
Oh, no, it wasn't versus.
It was,
Vitality.
Oh man, what the fuck was the next album? It does have a goat on it, right? I seem to recognize your face.
He's saying it, but he keeps cutting.
DS verse.
Thank
Versus.
You. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Great stuff. That's when I got to see him a couple times. Yeah,
You're lucky.
I
You're
was.
very.
yeah, man. I think we saw him. You probably did their shows too, Chuck, right?
Pearl Jam was the job. Pearl Jam was a job I turned down. That was my one possible regret because I was asked to possibly go on tour with them if I'd be interested after I did a show with them in Montana
Okay.
back in '99
I can't remember
or
years.
2000.
Okay.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
was.
I saw him right there at the Coliseum, Space Needle.
Yeah.
And then I
Wow.
saw him again at Kitsap County.
Yeah, I
Fairground.
chased
It was
them.
Awesome.
I chased them through 'cause the company I was working for at the time. We did the security for them in Spokane, and then we went to Missoula, and we just kind of chased them for that. And at that point, it was like, would you be interested? And I'm like, I just started my company, my siding company.
Sure,
and I was
sure.
doing stuff. I was like, I think I got a good thing now. And it's just one of those things. It's like, do I regret it? No, I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have anything I have.
Yeah.
No, nothing would be my life the way it is now. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily regret it. But yeah, that's one of the most fun I've ever had doing shows is chasing those guys around during that summer. Same thing with Soundgarden and everybody else back in, from 96
Mm-hmm.
starting in '96 through all those Alice in
Okay.
Chains and all those guys. That was fun.
Yeah, the only
Except Korn. I never liked Korn. All the skinheads showed up and wanted to beat the shit out of me.
yeah, I never got to see Korn either, but their shows are great.
I enjoyed Korn until the third album.
I think I'm right with you on that one. I think I fell off after 2. I think so.
I fell off after Follow the Leader, the third one.
Right. There's amazing bands. What band did you see or artist in your life that truly inspired you or listened to?
To be honest, I grew up my father is a musician. He's a jazz pianist, and he's also he used to be the music teacher in our town. So I'd say he's a great influence, even though he never really taught me much musically. I'm just more or less self-taught, and I followed my path. And I'd say he was an influence because of him, like, I started improvising right off the bat because that's what I grew up listening to is jazz.
Okay, jazz.
Oh.
Got it.
So then after that, I'd say when I was about 6, 7, or 8 years old, I drove everybody nuts with those California Girls, Beatles. We used to have almost all the vinyls, and I listened to them on a daily basis. But then when I turned about 13, I hadn't really, 12 years old, I hadn't really started the guitar, and I thought, never mind. And when I skipped Smells Like Teen Spirit, and still to this day, I skip that track out of respect for Kurt. But when I heard the first chord of In Bloom, that B flat that he starts off with, oh my God, I think my whole universe just got turned upside down. It was, wow, what is this? And since then, it's been one of my biggest influences in becoming a creator and a songwriter.
Right on.
As a guitarist, my influences, I'd say, are Al Di Meola, Paco de Lucia, John McLaughlin, the guys from Iron Maiden, which I love very much. Tom Morello is another influence. And after a while, though, like, I've been disconnected from pretty much what's been done in the music since 2000s.
Okay.
Like, I don't really keep up with what's going on, so at that point in time, when I finally got over what I think is one of the guitarist's worst problems, which is stop comparing yourself with others and trying to emulate others, that's when I really started to grow as a musician. Because there at that point, it was like, I don't care if you can do that, I can, because I know I can do that.
So you basically picked up a guitar and just started learning on your own.
Yeah, pretty much. I figured out how tabs worked for starters, but I've known how to read music, like sight reading, and that since a very young age. Like, I've played trumpet in the past for a few years in a stage band. I've played since my father was in charge of that, I got access to all the instruments, so I got to try them all.
Cool.
And when I played the guitar, there was nothing else that matched it. And I have memories of myself as a child going to my grandmother's and pulling out the guitar, which is now mine still to this day. I pull it out and I play the strings, and I must have been 2, 3 years old, sitting on the ground and just making the strings ring. And I have big memories of synesthetics going on with that. Like, just playing a note, and synesthetics is basically you associate the sound with the taste, the smell, the feeling.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and if you think that's cool, look it up. Synesthetics applies to a lot of different areas in life, and
Okay.
it's just how we interpret certain things. Like, music down the line is a thing of feeling, right?
Yeah.
You can learn all the theory in the world, and that's
Yeah,
just
right.
repeating exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That's crazy. That's some cool shit.
I always try to figure out what's the difference between different forms of art, right?
Right.
I think about that all the time. Like, some people write, some people paint, some people make movies, some people play music, some people sing,
Right.
some people dance.
Right. Poetry.
Write poetry. Everybody has a form, but there's something about music, like you said, how it resonates and how you feel it.
Exactly.
There's a truth there, and I can't describe it either. I don't know how to describe that feeling.
There's no reason to. If we understand it and we feel it, there's no point in describing it. I think the best thing you can do is just give it to somebody else as a gift.
You see what I mean? You see how cool he fucking is?
That is not.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So much cooler
Yeah.
than you.
I think I'm overthinking shit. Yeah, I'm trying to overthink this shit like, man, because it's fascinating to me. It always has been, because I don't know why how music affects me so much. And most people, everybody has songs they enjoy or a style of music or whatever. But, you know, I'm a music person. When I make a movie, man, when I'm cutting a scene, I hear a song in my head. I mean, without that song, that movie sucks. You know, it's not going to work the same.
When you take out the bodies and Layla's playing in the background, I think that is just such an amazing piece of cinema, that part.
Yeah.
You know, when they take the guy out of the cooler, he's got the ice pick in the neck, and you just hear the second half of Layla, not the first.
Yes. Yes.
Or how Stanley Kubrick used Beethoven's Ninth Symphony,
Yes,
Clockwork Orange, to contrast with the violence.
Yes, it's crazy, right? It's perfect imagery, and then you have a perfect sound.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like making a recipe. You know,
Have
you
you
just
ever-
got to put the right amount.
Have you ever tried to watch a movie without the music?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's awful. It's
horrible.
like
Well, there's one that was made. It was the Coen brothers. I forget what the name is, but
the
it's
Coen brothers.
Oh yeah,
Coen brothers. And the guy bombs around. He's got an air pump or something like that. And he
yeah. It's
blows
No Country for Old Men.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
there's no
it.
score in that.
Oh, there isn't.
No, but they have powerhouse actors.
Yeah, they have
Well,
the
yeah,
most
I mean, they got-
amazing
I
talent.
would have to admit, great directors who can convey emotions through camera placement.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
really talented, honestly, because I can't see without music. I've never watched that movie.
Yeah,
so I
but
don't
the
know.
question is, would the movie have done better if it had it? Would it have resonated more?
What do you think?
I think not. I think it worked in that.
It
I
did.
think it actually worked.
Huh?
It's one of my favorite movies. I mean,
Yeah.
that the acting in that is incredible. That's a great story. But
It's Javier, what his name? Javier Bardem?
yes, the plays the villain.
Well, he plays the contract.
Yes, the contract killer. I shouldn't say the villain.
Yeah, he's
but
not. You don't know he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
he's just a killer.
He's just a killer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the mob killer. They made a movie about him, the Iceman, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
The
Exactly.
Iceman, yeah.
That you can't say he's a villain. I mean, he's got a family, takes
It's
care
true.
of his kids, pays the bills and everything.
True
It's
that.
just- he kills people for a living.
He was just really scary.
It's really frightening.
He
Yeah.
was fucking scary as fuck in that movie. It's so good. Yeah, music is crazy the way
It's
it
so
enhances.
cool.
It's like I always say, it's like the salt you put on the steak. It just it adds everything. It
I
adds
always-
adds the flavor.
And
You know
who
what
do
I
you
mean?
come to when you need to know what song is what and the name of it?
I have to ask you now because I can't remember shit anymore. Yeah, I have to. And I used to be right with her when I met Sam.
Oh,
16
no,
years
you
ago,
did
I was
not.
on it.
I still
we were
was-
like, boom,
no.
boom. She'd say, "Who sings this?" I was like, "Bam!" And then
He's
she'd
Why are
go,
you looking
"Who
at me
sings this?"
for? I don't.
Because he's
I
literally
don't
lying
guess.
and
No,
you know
we
it.
did. Remember
You're
when you first
lying.
got in my car and you were like, "Oh,
Who's this? And it was.
see, now we
Who
can
was it?
remember."
Oh, Jesus.
I know who it was.
Lannigan, this
Who
is
was
the part
it?
where
See,
we
I
sit
can't
here and listen to
remember.
them
It
argue
was
over what they're doing.
Barstool.
Barstool?
Bartender.
Yeah.
Really had
Yeah.
a good time. Yeah, but who sings it?
It is.
Uh huh. You're
Shut
getting
up.
old too, girl.
Shut up.
Originally?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Originally, that version.
Bartender, you really did it this time. Broke my pearl to have a good time. You know the song.
I can't
Or
remember
not.
him singing
It's,
it either. Flanagan,
oh
please
my
help
god,
us.
I
Do you
can't.
know that song at all?
I can't even remember
Actually,
now.
no.
Rehab.
I'm gonna look it up
Rehab,
once-
thank you, Chuck.
I don't know this.
Rehab.
Of all people. Chuck.
Oh, he got it.
Rehab.
I was
It's
actually trying
Rehab.
to listen to Lanigan. Sorry.
It's Rehab.
Okay. Oh, it's Rehab.
Oh.
Okay.
Rehab.
Yes, that's the
Okay, I
song.
might know what it is, yeah.
They had a great album back in the day.
They did. I was actually shocked when I got in your car and heard that song.
I know you did.
I really was.
Yep.
What were you expecting to hear? Some Billy Ocean or something?
No, I wasn't expecting to hear that. I was expecting to hear like something. I
But
don't
isn't
know.
it funny how music like can tell a lot about a person?
Yes.
I'm shocked by walking into his car and hearing that. It's like people are shocked when they walk into my car and it's classical or country or whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
The only thing I don't listen to is basically the pop culture crap.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of with you
Same.
on that too.
Well, I'm kind of with
The
you.
world country I can't stand. I have to say that on record. The
Which-
new sound there, that new country sound, I
The kind of rapping,
it shouldn't be called country.
the flowing,
The hick
the
hop.
flowing.
The hip hop.
Yeah,
The hick hop.
it should even have its own name. It's not even country anymore. It's not hip hop anymore. It's something brand new. It's a whole different.
I don't know. I disagree. Dirt Road Anthem is the shit. I fucking love that.
It's great if you disagree. It's fantastic. If you do.
Yeah.
That's what makes the world great. Is that
You're
we're
right.
entitled to our own opinion.
You're
Dude,
right.
that's funny. Dirt Road Anthem was the last song I liked, and that was probably when I stopped listening to so much country in my life.
Yeah. You
Because it
know,
was like, that's changing.
You shouldn't
to
have stopped
something.
because Dan and Shay are
Ooh, it's
great.
weird, though.
And, yeah.
think about the shift though, because I remember when I couldn't stand country because it was too twangy.
Right.
But I'm a black
Right.
guy. That did not resonate in my ear the same way. And as now it's starting to
I showed
vibe
you-
into more of the brother style where they got the little hip
Wait,
hop
no.
going.
That's not even what you like, though.
I know, I still won't listen to it, but I'm saying they're trying to broaden their audience.
You
Are
like
they trying to broaden their audience, or are they trying to sell to everyone?
I don't know
I
because
think
they're
it's something
losing.
to sell to everyone.
I think so
Actually,
too. I do too.
Sorry, that got me bouncing on my ball for a minute. I'm like, yeah,
but
that was a
they're
good
but they're
point.
losing true country fans that way, right?
I don't
Yes.
know.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
Huh.
But they're also losing true hip hop fans on the other side.
That's
Right.
true.
Right. That's why they had to
Right.
pick up Garth Brooks and dust his ass off and be like, get out there and do a tour so we can get those country
Can
guys money.
you imagine Garth Brooks doing a duet with Old Dirty Bastard?
I love it though. I think it's so cool. Why do I think that is so cool?
Would have probably done it actually. To be honest, I think Old Dirty Bastard would have actually accepted.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be done properly. You can mix
Yeah.
any style. You can do it all. It's just got to be done a certain way. And you know, we're talking about how music is emotional and it gets you to your feelings. Maybe it's me who's too empathetic. I don't know. But when I hear something that's commercial, that's very poppy, and it's built to basically sell with shallow lyrics, I really don't feel well inside, to be honest. Emotionally, I can tell that the motivation behind it is just to make money, and that like makes me really feel crooked inside.
get it.
Yeah.
I get
Okay,
it.
I love
get
that
that.
he's talking about
I
this. Okay, let's
Yes,
all
I
back
get
up.
it.
We're all around the same age.
Okay.
What's the first song
Wait,
that you
how
guys
do you know?
Shut up. What's the first song that you guys all remember of everybody combining to make a song that touched everyone?
We are the world.
And that was original because they brought everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, hey, if I mix this person who's like at the top of their charts with the person who's on the top of the charts over here, we're gonna make a montage of shit that's gonna be just something else that we can sell. Push.
I like the montage.
I'd rather have somebody who's
Maximizing the demographic. You're maximizing a demographic because instead of aiming for one, you're aiming for two.
I like
You
it when
know,
people
it's-
come together. When people come together that are from two different cultures or worlds or complete.
But I'd rather see
places.
people do it who aren't at the top of the game already. I'd rather see people come together who are
It's not always
that's not
people
normal.
I see what you're
It's something that's not
I've
normal.
noticed something. I've actually noticed something from doing gigs and working. And, you know, I consider myself a rock musician. And I've noticed that rockers seem to be, how can I say, they're like a very, very, very jealous boyfriend. They're afraid that somebody else's shit's going to be better than theirs, that they're going to get their spotlight stolen. They don't, it's very hard to collaborate unless you're in the clique or you're in the gang.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that with rockers. And in Gatineau, Ottawa, which is basically the closest city to where I live, they're basically fighting for the same 75 fans.
Okay.
Huh.
Right.
Whereas the hip hop artists, where I can say I give them credit, is they understood that the game is about collaboration, working together.
Yeah.
Okay, how many rappers collaborate with other rappers, with rappers who've never even
Oh, so many.
There's so many.
Yeah, it's all over the board.
But what they're doing is instead of fighting over the same 75 people, is that I'm going to collaborate with you so we can bring in the 75 people that are into you to us so that we can create maybe a basin of 150 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
That's
smart
right.
like that. Honestly, though.
It matches our style of what we're trying to do right now as well.
Right.
Like collaborating and
as
joining together
filmmakers,
with
yeah.
other filmmakers
Yeah.
and other creative artists out there that are
Mhm.
in our industry.
Because collaborating
makes
with other
sense.
people, you all got you all have something to give.
Yeah.
To anything. So when you collaborate, it can be amazing.
Which surprises me when I ask somebody for some help or wondering how they do something and they go, "Oh, it's a secret. I can't give away my secret sauce."
Oh yeah.
And you're like, "What's secret sauce, brother? We're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to get the word out of what we're
No,
all
they
doing."
just don't want to tell you they're on drugs.
It's
That's
right. Isn't that the
I
weirdest
think that's what
thing?
I say. It's because it's embarrassing. Whatever it is,
That they're
however
doing
you
and how
got
they-
what you got, it's embarrassing as hell, and
And
that's
you
why
don't-
you won't tell.
That's what I think.
Okay, here let's
So
let's
weird.
do this straight up to the guitarist. So if some young aspiring guitarist walks up to you and says, "Oh my gosh, how do you play that riff?" and he just wants to sit with you for 2 minutes as you go through the motions, would you sit down with him and show him, or would you be like, "Fuck you, that's my secret"?
I'd honestly, if somebody would take the trouble to come and seek me out for something like that, I'd take the time. And I'd even tell them before we get to that, let's jam. If you out jam me, I want you to teach me something. If I jam you, I'll teach you something.
You know what I mean?
All
That's the
right.
way
Yeah,
to do it.
that's how it should be done.
Yeah, and do you know where I got that? I got that from Bruce Lee, stupid as it may seem.
No, I
No,
love that.
Bruce
And I knew it
Lee-
sounded
nothing
familiar
stupid
because I
about
love
Bruce
Bruce Lee.
Lee.
Yeah.
Because Bruce Lee and his kung fu philosophy was like, if you're a fighter and I meet you, I definitely want to fight you. If you beat me, teach me.
Wow.
Right.
And it's all about sharing knowledge.
Yeah.
I think we got to get, like, you know, when you asked what you were saying, oh, it's secret. I think when you start doing that, that's when you're going to start falling into elitist mindsets.
Yes.
Yep.
Where
Yeah.
you want to keep it for yourself so you can have power and dominance.
It's greed. It's just
I don't know.
ugly.
I think it's
ugly.
stupidity. I think it's just dumb. You're isolating yourself away from people that could actually help you later.
Yeah, exactly. And
Exactly.
I think down the line,
Yeah.
the only thing that's dangerous is you got to be careful who you do it with, because there are rotten opportunists out there who will
Take
steal
advantage.
your song and basically make a fortune with it and leave you in the dirt.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That is true. And
That's
you do
true.
have to be careful of that. But it's important to help people, I think, especially in our industry, because it's a tough industry anyway.
Right.
And there's so much competition. There's so many talented people
So
on this
many.
planet. There's so many. And then there's
Yeah.
people who just, are born into it or whatever. And that's not really fair
Yeah.
to the people that are actually talented. However, it's a dog eat dog world. You gotta, it's a struggle.
Exactly.
But you gotta help people. You have to. I mean, that's part of it.
Well, that's why I like what we're doing on our show, because to me, it to be honest, the show is about highlighting creative people like yourself.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, does it benefit us as hosts? Absolutely, it does. It's
Well,
our
yeah,
show,
of course.
So if the show does get more sponsors or more affiliates, and we end up making a career out of podcasting, that does benefit us, right?
Yeah.
So, but the essence of the show is not about us making money or doing this for a living, even though that would be awesome.
It'd be great.
It's about you guys.
You.
And how we are all connected. It's about, even though we make movies, you said a lot of things today, Joe, that I can relate with, and you're a musician, man. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the
he's
whole
not.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
The whole idea is that
Yeah.
if you understand that everything is relative,
Yeah.
in a sense, the feeling that I get, or the expertise that I have in my field, the feeling that it gives me inside should be the exact same feeling it would give a doctor who was born to be a doctor and is doing exactly what he should be doing.
Yeah.
Therefore, we can relate, but
Yeah.
people don't understand that side of emotions. They don't understand that the joy, I'll go out on a limb. A serial killer, to get that feeling inside of him, what does he have to do? He has to kill.
Mm-hmm.
He's wired that way.
Right.
That's how he gets his willies. That's how, he feels powerful. Whereas a person like me gets that satisfaction, gets that feeling from playing music.
The music.
And
Okay.
just to sure, the serial killers only are 1 to 5% of the population.
Right.
Well, there's an art. There's an art in everything we do. Not everything we do, but
Even with
there's an
serial
art
killers.
in everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's an artist in everybody.
There is.
Right.
That's what I always say. And one of my daughters always says to me, "Mom, I hate you because you didn't give me any of your artistic features or whatever, because I'm an artistic person. Every artistic thing I love. And she says that, but I look at her and she's like artistic in the way of like she can set up like dress herself up to be so amazingly beautiful, and that's an art.
Mhm.
Everything is an art. So I'm like, you're artistic too. Everybody's artistic.
Everybody's
You
got
just have to tap into that shit.
Yeah, you got to tap in.
Yeah, definitely. And I think regardless of what you do in life, you have that potential to be an artist. And being an artist means being a rebel, means not listening to what other people tell you things should be. No, you create what you want things to be, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the Chinese word kung fu. Do you know what kung fu really means in
No.
Chinese? It means hard work.
Hard
Whereas
work. It does?
yeah, hard work.
Oh.
Whereas the term for martial arts is actually wushu.
Mhm.
Okay.
So my kung fu is music. I work hard at music.
Yeah.
It's all about being creative in what I do and having that integrity. It's like following the Buddhist path to enlightenment. You just want to be, you just want to exist without any questioning, just action and reaction. And that's how I try and live with the creativity, with the music. And it's tough though when the creativity kind of dulls for a moment, because I'm so used to being in it all the time.
Writer's block?
No, I wouldn't call it writer's block.
What would you call it?
I think it's every once in a while I get hit with a lack of motivation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
As long as
we all
I'm
do.
motivated, I can create.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I get that.
But when I realized one thing, talking about artists and musicians and all that, talent is one thing, and it's important to have it. But what's more important is the work ethic you put behind your talent. Because an artist who only has talent will always get surpassed by the one who puts in the hard work and the effort.
No
Yeah.
shit. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's grinding
Yeah.
it out.
Well, and
Yeah.
anybody can do anything if you're willing to put in the work to learn.
Yeah.
Exactly. They say put in 10,000 hours of work into something and you become a master.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's it right there.
I love it. I love it. Dude, you're badass.
You are a badass.
Seriously.
You are.
man.
You're an awesome guest. So glad to have you.
Up in Canada.
Well, I'm very honored and happy to be here. And on top of it, I'm the first Canadian on the show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and you're setting the bar high.
Yeah, but you know what?
Oh,
They're
really?
not. Dude,
For your fellow Canadians, I mean, they're gonna have to fill some big shoes.
and they're super nice up there.
But honestly, I know some great artists from my local area that you guys would really get a kick out
We'd
of.
love to
Oh,
meet them.
really? Yeah, send them
We
our
would
way.
love to meet them.
Right now, it's actually a band in Gatineau, which is about an hour and a half drive. And the singer and frontman is from my hometown of Maniwaki. And he's absolutely amazing. His voice is just out there. The band's called Cynical Sons.
Cynical
They've had
Sons.
hits on YouTube and all that.
Okay.
Cool.
My partner in crime, Shannon Johnson, also is an amazing musician and artist. And I think around here we have maybe 3,000 inhabitants. Since there's not much to do, there's a lot of people that resorted to music or
Right.
record, and there's a lot of great talent around here. And I'm more than willing to share with everybody the spotlight and get the spotlight turned on around here.
I would love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all about integrity. Like I said, these artists, they work thinking that, well, it's a hobby, I'll never get in. That's because nobody ever pushed the limit to actually make it and then come back and offer the opportunity.
Right.
Yeah,
No, I get it.
Yeah.
yeah, I do
totally
too.
get it.
I do too. That's
You've got to be a bit stubborn
yeah.
in your
Definitely.
passion.
I'm Irish, so I'm part Irish, so you can't have more stubborn than me.
I love it.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
I'm
and you got to
Irish
have
too,
it.
I
That's
get
what
it.
you got to do. You can't let
But
anybody talk you out of what you're
according to
doing.
the Irish, I'm a quitter.
What'd you say? Say that one more time.
According to the Irish, I'm a quitter.
You're good.
I quit drinking in 2013, so
Oh
I'm sober.
shit! Yeah, you are a quitter. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm horrible.
alright,
I'm a
though.
horrible quitter.
it's all right.
It's awesome, buddy. I know you're a fantastic guitar player.
Yeah, you're amazing.
I mean,
Absolutely.
absolutely amazing. I
Amazing.
was in awe watching you play today, And anybody who checks out Joe on his YouTube channel, because you've got a few videos up there, check him out and watch this motherfucker play.
Yeah.
You're
J.O.
an absolute
Lannigan, you guys.
amazing dude.
On YouTube, J.O. Lannigan. Check him out. He's badass.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
good. So good.
Just watching his fingers just is almost like.
I know.
And if
Mesmerizing.
you're a
You're
girl,
just like-
you'll really love it.
Yeah, you'll love that shit. You have water balloons popping all over the place.
I can't move my fingers that fast, not holding anything.
Dude, I couldn't
I'm just
do
like,
that at
what?
all. Yeah,
Wait,
there's
what?
no way. No way. I got a question for
But
you.
I don't
before
have
we-
to get a stool to get me off top shelf.
I got a question for you, Joe, before we leave.
Can your fingers move that fast? No.
It's okay. We try hard. And for that long. It's not just how fast you can do it.
I'll put in the work.
Yeah. He's doing like 6-minute songs. Like, Jesus Christ.
and he
His
said his-
forearm must be like, whack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said his work hours like 14 hours a day. Like,
It's
come
no
on
joke.
now.
It's no joke.
That's hardcore.
Dude, I gotta practice my fingers.
You need to practice a lot of things, but
Try.
yeah,
That's one of the things.
them.
I'll put that at
Okay.
the top of the list. I think that means something.
Anyway, Chuck,
Yes.
did you have something to say?
No, I did.
Oh, you
No,
did.
he did. He
Oh,
started
well,
that.
I
I know,
try
it's
to ignore you, so.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to that.
Anyway,
Um,
what did you have to say?
In Canada, is there a lot of good deeders? People who do good deeds?
Honestly, aren't we known internationally for that?
Okay,
You
good.
are,
So this is
and
perfect.
for being like, yeah,
This is
very
perfect.
nice.
The last couple shows
Nicer
we've
than
had, good deeders came up. And I've been trying to pay attention to that on the day-to-day basis, going to the store. If we see a dog on the road, Sam yelled at me, "You got to pull over and help the dog." I was like, oh shit, I just drove right by it. You know, I got to start thinking better about doing good deeds, right? So
Right.
I'm going to tell you a scenario that happened to me yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
No, this is a great one.
Why am I scared?
This is great. So I go to the grocery store, Joe.
Oh, this.
Okay.
I go to the grocery store, man, and I do my thing in the store. I grab all the items I need. I'm walking out to my car, and there's maybe an older couple. They may be in their upper 50s, maybe 60. Okay, right next to me, parked. All their doors are open. They're putting their groceries away, and I'm standing there politely waiting because I can't get into my car. Okay,
Right.
I have no problem with that because they're older. So I'm standing there waiting for a second. The lady looks at me, obviously the wife. She looks at me, sees me, doesn't say, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I know we're going a little slow." Nothing like that. She just looks at me, looks away, and starts talking to her husband through the doors of their car. He's on one side of the car, she's on the other. And they keep talking. Like they completely ignore that I'm standing there.
Oh, she gave you the stink eye.
She gave me the fucking stink eye. So I walk around the other side of my car. I put the groceries in. I come back because I have to drive. I'm not crawling my ass from the passenger side to the driver's seat. So I go over there and wait again, right?
Could have, though. You
And I'm
could have
literally
crawled it.
waiting for a good maybe minute and a half. And they're still yapping. She knows I'm there, bro. They finally decide to get into their car. Now, this is where the good deeder comes in. As I'm getting into my driver's seat, I look behind their car and they left both of their baskets there, their carts, their grocery carts, right behind their fucking car. Now it popped in my head, Aaron, you gonna be a good deeder and knock on their window and say, "Hey, the carts are behind your car, guys," or move them for them? No, I got in my car. I backed out before they did, and as I'm driving out of the parking lot, I watched them crush those two carts behind them. And the old guy gets out of the car and he's holding his head. And I laughed all the way home. I'm like, you know what? You guys were rude. Fuck you.
And see, me, I would have let them know. I would have told them they were there. I would have been the good
They were
deed.
so mean.
You're not a good deeder.
They were mean, though. They were so mean. They
Yeah,
were so
but-
mean.
Don't you want to disarm that by being nice and showing?
Thank
that-
you. Thank you. Well,
This is America. Why do they come for me? This is brutal down here, bro. It's cat eat dog.
Being predictable. You said the thought popped into your head. If that thought pops into your head, that's a signal that you got to do something. It's something telling you, do this. It's good.
You know what? But that only thought was because Sam put it in my head.
well, the only way to get to an asshole, and
couldn't
I
do
know it because I've gotten to you this way.
I would have easily.
The
helped
only
him.
way to get to an asshole
Uh-huh.
is to just continue to be nice to them, no matter how rude and mean they are to you. You continue to be
Yeah.
nice. Eventually, they're gonna fucking feel bad. Eventually,
Fair enough.
That's right.
Fair
Not
enough.
just that, you do that in public, they look like complete idiots.
Right.
Maybe,
Right.
but they were really mean,
You can
and
make
they
'em
could
look
they
like
could give a
assholes.
shit I was even.
Well,
there.
here,
You
now
could have
let's
made them look like assholes by
let's-
telling
let's
them.
Would they have cared, though?
In a sense, you could have maybe, cosmically speaking, enhanced your karma in that one.
There you go. What about that?
Maybe like a sonic incursion.
When you-
Something good could have, some vibes could happen.
You come back up with your car and you'll crush something, and you'll, God damn it, I should have helped those old people.
If that
Right?
happened.
Thank you.
But it's never
That's what
happened to
I'm
me
saying.
that way. Nothing's
But it
happened
would-
like that.
but
I've
it
never had.
might.
It's never happened
You're not
yet.
paying attention to life.
And dude, 48 years I've been an asshole. I guess apparently from what people are saying in this room.
Literally.
Nothing
Like,
bad has happened to me.
I've
that
only
yet.
known you for 29. I can't claim to know you for the other parts.
I don't
Everything-
need to
everything
know
that-
you.
Everything that bad happens to me happens to everybody else.
Let me back up the scenario for a second.
Okay,
When
do
you
it.
came walking up to the car,
Yes.
were they already done loading their groceries?
No, they were still loading, which is why I was patient. But
Okay.
they looked at me, didn't even acknowledge I was there, and kept
And
doing.
were
it.
you only carrying a couple bags of groceries?
I had 2 bags.
Well, you are black, so
That
that
too,
might
yeah.
be wrong.
Yeah.
No, not even thinking about that. I'm just trying to think of a way, if there was a way instinctively that you could have done something rather than stop and wait and watch them notice you. Rather than do that, couldn't you have just walked up and automatically, as they were still unloading their car, just gone up and put your stuff in the back seat or wherever else you put
That's
your
what I
stuff?
did. I went on the other side of the car.
what he
Right,
was
but you
saying.
said you waited until she made eye contact with you, and then you went and did it. So could
Well,
you have
because
done it
because their
first?
carts were empty, bro.
That's
They
what I'm
had
saying,
already
but-
loaded the car, and they're sitting and they're talking to each other with both doors open, parked next to me, and not allowing me to get
Right.
in. They
But
were done.
before she made that awkward eye contact that made you think that she was just being a bitch,
Sure.
could you have moved before that? Because it was after she made that eye contact that you went to put your stuff away. Couldn't you just gone up to your car, realize somebody else next to you was doing stuff, and just automatically put stuff in your car, and just walk around the front of your car and been, oh, excuse me, so and got in your car? You would have avoided all the negative interaction that would have led to the
I got a
part.
question.
I
Yeah,
think
ask
you're
it.
over.
What's your
you're
question?
trying to help the
Wait,
white people. It's fine.
Lanigan's
Go
got a question.
Yes, please.
Shut
Go
up.
for it, Joe.
I got a question. Were you in a hurry that day?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
You didn't have to go take like an emergency dump or something
No.
like that?
No, didn't have to take a shit. Nope, nothing.
No.
No.
And honestly, where's the rush?
Just the
Yeah, what's the big deal?
It's not even about the rush. It's
What's
about the way people treat others. I'm tired. I'm tired of people treating other people rudely. I don't like
yeah.
it anymore, man. I don't like it anymore. And I don't think that being nice is the answer all the time to some of these people, because they keep doing it, and they're never going to learn a lesson unless somebody says something to them.
Being an
And-
inconsiderate person yourself, though, Aaron, do you need people to actually point out how inconsiderate you
Well,
are?
what's
for-
cool is that's what Joe's doing right now, and I'm listening to him because he's not sitting going, "Oh, I get it, they were assholes, haha," and laughing with me. He's actually
he's like-
contradicting what I'm saying, and he's got my attention.
Okay.
So that's what I'm talking about. That's the
Lanigan?
shit right there, Joe.
You
That's
got
what
his
I'm saying.
attention, Lannigan.
And I love that. I love that when people can actually give me something
Please give him something.
and their advice makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, like Chuck, what you were saying doesn't make sense. You were going all around the car trying to work around these two fucking people that knew you were there.
But I do it all the time. If I walk up to somebody, if there's somebody next to my car and I can't get in, I automatically walk to the side and put shit in my car.
That's what I
and then
did.
I walk around the front of the car and I get in my car. I
Let's
didn't
let
ever think
this-
about it.
He doesn't
Guys.
That's just how I do it.
We'll talk
Guys,
about it after the show.
Let's let the smart guy talk and tell us what he thinks should have happened in that situation. Lannigan, go ahead.
What would they do in Canada, bro? What would you have done?
Honestly, in Canada, this is the funny part, is that somebody would have went, "Oh, excuse me, I'd like to use the parking. Are you finished?" And it would have stayed polite. It would have ended at that, and they probably would have been. I bet you $20 that they weren't even conscious that they were pissing you off.
Right.
You
Thank
think so? You think so?
Thank you.
Even their green
I
Kia?
doubt it.
Even in their green Kia? bro?
Going to talk to them and asking them, "Are you almost done?" in a very polite fashion. First off, you're going to disarm them if they're aggressive,
Right.
because they will expect that. They'll
Okay.
expect to get challenged, and they want to get challenged somehow. Because don't forget, we're still animals.
I know
we still
that.
have those instincts of domination and all that.
I get it.
So you just be nice and say, "Are you almost done?" Then if they're assholes to you, firm up and say what you gotta say, and
Right.
don't take it from anybody.
Okay.
I went to this one place once, and I kind of went where I wasn't supposed to, what I didn't know. Like I didn't read the sign. I guess I was stupid that day. And the woman, instead of saying, "Hey, sir, this is a restricted area," she goes, "Hey." She calls me by "Hey." I turned around and said, excuse me, first off, you're going to call me sir. Second off, hey is good for a dog.
Or horse.
And when I had to deal with her 5 minutes later for the service I was asking, she was the most nicest, polite lady afterwards. Because I put my foot down and I said, no, you're not going to play that game.
That's right.
But you can do it in a polite way, in a firm way that'll end up getting positive results.
That's why Canadians got it all figured out.
It's true. It's true. But here's the thing. No one knows I did anything wrong other than the people now that know this story.
Communication is key.
So what did I do wrong? I didn't tell them.
You didn't communicate.
I didn't tell them that. I didn't tell them about their baskets.
You didn't communicate. Communication is key, and that's why Canadians got it figured out, right, Lannigan?
And we know about instant karma. You know, it's like when you skateboard and you see the hot chick on the side of the road and you figure you're going to impress her. And you catch that rock in the road and you go flying forward. That's instant karma. You were going to show off.
What if I was...
You were going to show off. And karma just said, no, you're not.
This is where I'm going to throw everybody for a loop, though. What if I was their karma for something they've done over and over to other people, and I'm that guy?
You weren't. But
you're
the problem
not.
is you weren't. Those baskets were, but not you.
But then why was I given that? Why was I given that opportunity?
You were given that opportunity to maybe be their karma and enlighten them for them.
As a test to your own character of what you would do.
Or does it not speculate that since they didn't pay attention to me and they saw me, they weren't paying attention to their baskets behind their car too? They need to pay attention. They need to pay attention.
How many people go through life like this?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But
they're staring at their belly button.
You didn't teach them a lesson. You didn't teach them a lesson.
No, the carts did.
No, but you didn't, and probably the carts did.
But I agree with you. You can be somebody's karma. Yes. You can.
Yes.
Yeah, but not like that.
But
it's an interesting story.
You won't even be aware that you're somebody's karma, though.
Well,
it'll be by an action. It'll be by a sentence, something that you might speak very mundanely and just throw it out there. You know, it's like giving a compliment to somebody or playing a song for somebody at random in the street.
Right.
You don't know why you're compelled to do it, but if you go with the flow and do it, maybe you're going to change that person's day forever, or his perspective, or they needed to hear it, you know?
Yeah, no,
All
I get it.
Love by the Beatles has got to be one of the smartest songs I've ever heard. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can say that can't be said. There's nowhere you can be that you weren't meant to be. So just go with the flow. Be Homer Simpson. Be an idiot, but be a genius at living.
You've got a great heart, brother. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
a lot.
I love it, dude.
I love it a lot.
I knew that story.
I love your message.
I knew that story would bring something out of somebody.
Well,
I love it.
I believe in being the better person. I really do.
Sure.
Exactly.
There's
I
nothing wrong
think
with it.
that no, there's not only is there nothing wrong with it, but if you're going to teach anybody anything, that's the way you're going to teach them. Not
Possibly.
by being a dick, not by letting them run into the freaking carts and run them over. You're going to be the better person by going, "Hey, carts are behind your car. I'm saving your car from being destroyed."
Sure. I get it.
I don't know. You're gonna send a more powerful message with positivity than you are with negativity.
Definitely. I believe in that 100%. And you also, if you want to teach people, whether it's in life lessons or anything, you also have to remember to let yourself taught to. You can't be stubborn and say, no, I'm always right. I'm a teacher. You gotta learn to teach and be taught.
You're always learning.
That's right.
Yeah,
You learn till the day you die. And if you don't, you fuck yourself over.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Joe, it's been a pleasure, my man.
So awesome.
It's an honor. Thank you.
You were an awesome dude. Awesome dude.
So
Awesome
cool.
guitarist.
This was great.
I had a blast. with you.
I had a blast. Did you, Chuck?
What?
I'm very tickled by our conversation today.
Very good. Do you have anything you'd like to tell the audience where you're going to be playing? I don't know what it's like up there with COVID. Down here, we're fucked, but I'm sure you guys got it figured out because you're smart.
We need a passport to be able to go into public places now.
Really?
Yeah, people are
segregated, the vaccinated versus the non-vaccinated.
Wow.
Yeah, the same thing here.
Are you letting the Americans in there yet?
You should never let him.
Christ, I haven't been following my news, so I don't know.
Oh,
what's
okay.
up.
You shouldn't let him. Yeah.
Don't.
Be like
Don't
me.
let us
Be
in
like
there.
me with the carts. Do not do the good thing.
Just
and
come
let 'em in.
here. Don't
It's
let
not
us in
worth it.
there.
We suck.
Yeah,
do.
that's what I prefer. I prefer to travel anyways.
Good.
There you go, brother.
So when are you coming to see us?
Oh, probably soon. I'm working
Good.
on projects. I'm working on some good things.
Good.
I'm preparing a show, which, if everything works well, the show should be ready around January, February.
Nice.
But difficult with these new COVID laws in
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sport to play live. Since I'm sorry if I offend, but I'm anti-vaccine. Therefore, I'm not. I can't go play bars. I can't go play restaurants. I
Right.
can't do
Yeah.
that anymore, or festivals. So I've come up with an idea, which I'll keep to myself for now. You'll see it pop up on Facebook.
Okay.
But
He's keeping
I'm gonna
secrets.
need it to basically contour that.
Okay.
Why are you anti-vaccine, if I can ask?
It's simple. Why do they insist so much that we get it?
Okay.
Why is it so insistent?
All right,
it's
so
like
you're
a
just
guy
being-
that really wants to get laid, how insistent he can be. Well, that's how I feel with them and their vaccine.
You're just being a rebel.
Nah, oh, I am. I'm
Oh,
a
you
rebel.
are.
I'm what you call an anti-status quo with no taboos and
Okay.
basically socially awkward.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, Aaron and I, we're the vaccinated. We get vaccinated. Chuck is an anti-vaxxer as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're half and half here.
we get along.
I
with
guess I'm so
everybody.
big I count for both of them.
Yeah.
We're half and half here.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant on the show?
No, I
because-
meant with him.
On the right side of your screen, you have the anti-vaxxers, and on the left side,
I'm looking at
Actually,
my screen.
That's
On my
fine.
screen,
Yeah.
the one that's being
on
recorded.
your
Sorry.
screen.
And it's just going to create more division between the population.
It is.
That's the whole thing that sucks about everything is the whole idea of segregation. It's like,
Well, I don't know.
Don't make
I
it a
mean, I don't look at
segregation
it that
thing.
way. I don't look at it that way. And see, and I'm the asshole, and you guys always say this, and you guys are telling me to do a good deed. I'm thinking about
Please.
if I'm getting vaccinated with and I'm trying to do that because I want to be safe. I want everybody on the planet to be safe. Why is that not a nice thing to do?
No, it is.
Why would I have an attitude about getting a fucking shot?
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? That's a nice thing to do, right? That's better than me at the fucking carts at the grocery store. It is.
But also, I trust in my immune system, and I believe it could develop what it needs. I don't take any Advils, I don't take Tylenols, I don't take any.
Yeah, but the
medication.
karma, brother.
I don't either.
Like,
But this is the thing. If you were to get sick, okay, say just hypothetically, if you were to get COVID and you were to get really sick, would you not go to the hospital and want people to help you?
yes, but I don't want my decision concerning a vaccine to have an impact on my social life, to segregate me, to tell me I'm not allowed to do this, or
Oh, well,
that.
no, it
So it's-
shouldn't.
so
You
it's
should
not
be able
about,
to.
Yeah, it's not
should
about
be-
the vaccine anymore. It's about
I don't
people
know
being
how it
told
is
what to do.
with you guys. I don't know how it works down with you guys, but I know up here the way they're working it is basically it's how can I say logical policy, and they're pushing us to do it. We're not forcing you to what? We don't, we're not imposing it. But if you don't get vaccinated, you can't go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
If you can't get vaccinated, you can't do this. So they're kind of forcing you subliminally.
You're
and
gonna-
subtly.
Sort of, but at the same time, if you listen to people that are on kind of the outside that are screaming that they're being like, for instance, our medical staff, they're telling us all like, it's crazy. Like, it's flooded here with people that aren't getting vaccinated, and they're getting tired of it. They're getting sick of people coming in there not vaccinated that are sick as hell, asking for help, crying for help, wanting to be what? Stabbed.
So basically in that
when they could have
sense,
avoided
you're
that.
saying So you're saying then if I'm a smoker, I shouldn't basically get the help that I deserve because I'm in justice.
But they did,
Not
but
at all,
they
no.
have told smokers
No.
to stay 25 feet away from buildings when they smoke, and everybody complied with that down here in our
Actually,
state.
what's funny about
See?
that is logically, if you go into a big city and you respect that rule, the only place you can legally smoke is basically on the yellow line in the middle of the street.
Yeah, exactly, right? But they don't smoke inside anymore. Yeah, they're not smoking inside anymore.
No one
that I
smokes.
understand,
Because
I
we're-
respect that 100%.
Yeah.
That I have no problem with.
Yeah, because we're just looking out for other people who don't want to smoke. It's the same kind of thing with COVID, if you think about
But
it.
then I have a mentality at the same time is if I respect the fact that you're a non-smoker or that you're a vaccine type, then all I ask in return is you respect my opinion and my decision and not badger me or bash me for it.
Yeah,
You
but
know, it's like
I get
tells
it.
me, "Oh, you're a smoker, you're gonna die soon." Okay,
Right.
I cross the street, get hit by a car.
I get
Does
that.
it
Yeah.
mean that I smoke?
Hey, dude,
If
we're
you're-
all been smokers
No,
in this room. I get it.
we're all
I get it.
Like,
Yeah, I
and
love
I'm
smoking.
still the smoker.
I
These
wish I
guys
was still
quit.
smoking.
Yeah, we're like you, Irish. We're quitters.
These
Yeah.
guys quit. I'm still a smoker. I get what you're saying because yeah, I'm killing myself, right? So what the difference, does it make? And honestly, what it comes down to. What? Say that again?
It boils down to it being your choice.
Yeah, no,
Free
it is.
will.
It is.
And
Absolutely.
they're not taking away their choice. They're taking away your privileges if you don't get a vaccine.
Exactly.
But-
I'm some fucking 6-year-old that needs to be punished.
But
for
think
crying
about
out
that.
loud.
But think about it for a second. If that is kind of what they're doing, and we believe, I don't know if it's like in Canada, but down here there's capitalism. People have a right to no shoes, no socks, no service. Back in the day when I was a kid, that was a sign on the fucking door when I went to the
Actually,
stores.
we get free healthcare, so
Yeah, it's true. You guys are lucky there.
I know you are. Yeah. That's not
But
fair.
businesses have a right to decide who comes in and out of their fucking establishments down
yes
here.
and no. Don't forget, doctors have made the hypocritical oath. Therefore, they can't refuse anybody.
Not doctors.
No, they can't.
But
No.
but your local restaurant or bar can. That's
that's
capitalism,
fine by
right?
me.
So
that is fine by me, but they'll lose my patronage.
yeah, but they'll
They'll lose
also
the opportunity of me filling up their bar with a bunch of customers and people wanting to see me play.
that's
They're
true.
going to lose
That
money by doing that.
that is true. That is true. But they're also losing money if they don't, because the majority of people are vaccinated for the most part,
Oh, so fine.
and they're afraid to go out there, and that's the tricky part.
And I think that's all because of the fear mongering. I
Could
think
be.
there's a lot of fear mongering concerning this.
I honestly think they should just let it go.
I do it for the greater good. I really do. I did it for the greater good.
Yeah,
I did it because I don't want hospitals to be flooded. I don't want people to be overwhelmed. I want to give the hospital staff a break.
But
I did
in
it
the
for a
last
lot of
2
reasons.
years, how often have you been into the hospital?
I haven't, but at the same time, I do know people that are there. I know people. I know people that
yeah.
are
We have
there.
a good friend that's a
We have
nurse in one, and he's slammed and
in
he's
the
hates
ER.
his fucking life, and it's really sad.
Okay,
to hear.
my mother used to do dialysis 3 days a week, so I was
Oof.
constantly at the hospital taking care of her.
Okay.
And I can tell you that I think there's just too many things that that just don't add up to me, in my opinion. And with the background I have in reading historical documents, all my crap,
Sure. I
there's
mean,
something that's not kosher there, in my opinion. That's
I
all.
can understand the hesitation from people. I really can. Unfortunately, I have to disagree because I have kids and they have been
Right.
robbed of like their my daughter didn't get to graduate. She didn't get to go to her prom.
Oh no, that
And
sucks.
so I'm like, this shit sucks ass. And I want my kids to be able to go to school and do their sports and everything else. And so for me, no, it's not just that. It's just thinking about everybody in the whole picture. And can we just get over this shit? It sucks.
Exactly.
It
And I
sucks.
think the line, it's free will, it's choice. So whether you're
It is.
vaccinated or not doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It's your choice.
I love
It-
this though. I love this because
It
it's
only
fun to me.
matters. It
It's-
only matters because I feel like, and I've been told by friends of mine that work in the emergency room at the hospital that the people that aren't vaccinated are coming in there, flooding the place, telling them that they want their help.
See, that's not what I heard on my side.
What'd you hear on your side?
I've heard on my side some really horrible stuff. Like I have a friend who's a nurse, and she was basically telling me patients can die of a heart attack like COVID.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, it's not necessary. It's not the dying part. It's them coming in because they feel like shit. They're sick,
Exactly.
and
But-
COVID patients are being put first in line before anybody else.
First before anybody.
There's a lot of placebo effect in that. Like they're scaring the shit out of people.
Possibly.
And then it's like that, And my friend, are you tired at night? If you are, take this medicine. You know, it's normal. You're fucking tired at night, idiot. Wake up. You're not sick. Like, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people too that develop symptoms. The mind is a powerful fucking thing. You
True.
convince people that there's this thing going on, people are going to develop their own symptoms. Look at women who want pregnancy so much that they actually develop the symptoms of pregnancy.
Okay, it's happened.
That does happen.
That does
that
happen.
Yeah, but not enough.
You know what, you guys?
Not enough for it to be a.
It's a
hard
good
no.
debate.
It is
and
a good
thank
debate.
you for debating that with us. It was fun. I really
Anytime.
enjoyed. Like, I enjoy hearing both sides of everything. Like,
I love it. I think it's awesome because I mean he was talking about, you know, being a good person and paying it forward and doing a nice thing, and now being a person who won't get a shot though. You have a tendency.
Going against
You have a tendency to look like the asshole that I was being in the parking lot. That's me just saying that, being real with you.
I understand what you're saying. You're right. It's almost contradictory, but me getting the shot or not is not going to change who I am on a daily basis.
Oh no.
The decision to help the little old lady.
No, you won't. No, and I
No.
get that. But the perception. I'm talking about the perception. That's all I'm saying.
That is media fear-mongering, force-feeding, telling us it's this and it's that. People should listen to themselves instead of listening to others.
Well, the
And
perception.
then once you can listen to yourself, then you can converse.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% in this, but the perception of me yesterday in the parking lot, I look like an asshole, and that's what your perception was of it.
Yeah, but it's written right there, asshole there.
You are so right. Thank you.
I love you, man.
You're
Thank
right.
you
It is.
so much.
It's written right there.
Joe, you're a pleasure.
You have been such an awesome guest. You've been so much fun. Thank you so much for being on our show.
My pleasure. Anytime. I'd do this tomorrow again if I could.
I love it, buddy.
Where can people find you? If they want to look for your stuff, they want to hear your music, where can they find you?
Follow me on YouTube under j.o.lannigan, or on Facebook. I've got my personal profile and I've got my artist page, both J.O.
Awesome.
He's a little slow on accepting your friend request, but he'll get to you eventually, just like he'll eventually get to me.
That, but you know, it's I work hard.
You're good. You're good.
You're a
we
great
understand.
guy. Yeah, you're a great guy, great musician, great guitar player, man.
Awesome
I
guest.
Love you, brother. Thank
We
you
love
for being
you.
on our show.
You're awesome.
All right, man. Chuck, you want to close this out, man?
Lannigan.
What the
Fucking Lannigan. A pleasure it was today to have you on our show, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for getting into the debate. I love having people who want to debate with Aaron. It's always fun because he doesn't like debating with me because I have my beliefs and I don't want to sit there and fight and argue about it.
It's boring.
Or I have my thoughts and all those kinds of things. So I'm a boring debator.
He doesn't
But
want to
I'm
debate
a
with me.
mass debater at the same time. At the same time, let's go with buddy. Thank you for playing for us today. Sometimes it's hard to ask an artist to perform. I mean, you were anxious to do it because your guitar was sitting next to you. However, sometimes it's awkward to ask somebody to perform for us on a whim. So thank you for spending the time today and sharing 2 of your songs.
Honestly, it's what I do. That's all I know how to do. So why not?
That's right.
I love it.
And that was one of the things that Sam, you shared something that needed to reiterate in Sam's head today, which was, you walk around this planet with a gift, and your job is to share your gift with the world. And you did that with us today.
Yes.
I thank you for that, my friend. I thank you for hanging out, spending the time with us today. And remember, everybody out there, think hard, because you're thinking anyway. And Aaron will ask you questions.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning
Wait.
in.
Remember, everybody, think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
Oh, for the love of Christ, both of you guys.
You just cut me off, bro. Just cut me off, man.
Nobody,
Yeah,
needs to hear the old intro.
Okay,
or
well, I'm
outro.
going to cut you both off and say thank you for listening to our show. Thank you for tuning into Around the Reel.
That's great stuff. So why did they even tune in the first place?
I don't know, but they're glad they did.
Yeah. I think it's because we're trying to inspire people
We are.
and have fun with people.
People that are artists.
Creatives.
Yeah. People that are out there trying to make a living with their art.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's what we're doing.
They're crafty.
Yeah.
So have them tune in. And how do they get on our show, Chuck?
You can get on our show by going to our website. Please visit us at cccentertainmentgroup.com. Click on the scheduling link.
I'll send you to me.
Yeah.
Sassy Sam was going to get you all lined up on everything
I'll hook you up with a day and a time.
sometime in 2021 or 2022 because it's filling up fast. So if you want to get on this show,
Get on
I
it.
highly suggest
Get on it.
you start clicking your brains out.
Come be our guest on our show. We'd love to hear your story.
We'd love to hear it.
Make sure you come visit us on Amazon Prime and OP Prime.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
watch
watch
The
our
Outrider.
movie. Watch our movie. The Outrider.
Yeah, you can watch Marcus
good.
Ford kick some fucking ass.
Oh,
This was a perfectly good take until you said
until
that.
you said that.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to the show. Bye-bye, guys.